Hello, this is Wisdom to Win podcast, where we pull back the layers to reveal the knowledge, strategies, and insights that empower you to succeed. I'm Ray J. Johnson, your host. In each episode, we'll dive into life's biggest questions around health, wealth, relationships, and personal growth for the 50 and older crowd. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready with Wisdom to Win.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wisdom to Win podcast. I am your host, your girl, Ray J. Johnson. And today I have with me, oh my God, she's like my little big sister. That's because I'm older. Sometimes I try to pull rank, but she pulls rank with me because she's a doctor. This lady is a doctor. Yes, so meet Elissa Gabrielle, a force of nature, honey. I got to read this bio to you. A beacon of love and a living legacy. She is. Some souls don't just exist, honey. They ignite, and some spirits don't just shine, they blaze. Dr. Elissa Gabrielle Peterson is one of those souls. She is a literary icon, a healer, an architect of greatness, and a woman whose very essence commands transformation. She's more than an author. She's more than a publisher. She's more than an entrepreneur. She is a movement, a revolution, a divine testament, honey. She is a whole vibe. I introduce to some and present to others my good friend, Dr. Elissa Gabrielle Peterson.
Hey now. Listen, your energy is so magnetic, right? I
Oh, thank
feel
you.
so good hearing those words. That's nice, but your energy is just precious. And so
Oh,
I
thank you
feel
so
like
much.
I've been lifted for today. So thank you
Oh,
for that.
yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Because that's some wisdom within there. Some wisdom to win. And for my divorced women community, we focus on four things: health, wealth, relationship, and personal development, personal
Yeah.
growth. And I like to bring resources to the community for those women, maybe not just those women. Everyone can benefit from Wisdom to Win podcast, but specifically hearing stories like yours, which are so inspiring. Um, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and how
Yeah.
did you get started in wanting to do things naturally with healing? How did that come about?
Oh, that's a really good question. So I say that I am God's girl first, and a full-time God's girl, and a part-time everything else. So in that part-time, I am a mom, and I am a professor. I am an entrepreneur. Recently, I have become a corporate America worker in a news organization, which I'm really excited about.
Wow,
And an award-
congratulations.
Thank you. It's a wonderful opportunity. I am an award-winning publisher, an award-winning author, and I think that's enough.
How did you end up down this path? Like, did you
Mm.
always know that you wanted to go in this direction with literary work,
Yeah,
helping others to become literary geniuses in their own right? And
right.
then how did the health part, the wellness part come into play?
Okay, so the wellness part actually happened before I was ever married with children. I wanted to become a writer and a physician, and that was my life's goal. I got married and I had children and could not go to medical school at the time because I had two little ones back to back and I had to take care of them. So that was put on the back burner.
Right.
And I was writing and I was working, and then I opened my publishing company. And since then, we've published over 200 titles. But I'll tell you how the natural health part came and how I became Dr. Elissa, the naturopath. And remember, I was going to be an MD. God had different plans. I became an ND. So my mother was diagnosed with cancer about a decade ago. And it was my first time dealing with something that devastating head on. I
Mhm.
didn't know much at the time, but I was forced to ride in the back of ambulances and
Oh,
really watch her deteriorate over the course of 12 months. In one of those ambulance rides to the ER, she was having what we call a chemo crash.
oh,
And so we
wow.
had to rush her to the emergency room,
Mm-hmm.
got her settled in her room. I was wearing scarves and things. I didn't really have time to even bathe, I want to be honest with you. So
I get it.
my hair was like in a bun. I had a scarf and I was wearing a silk scarf most of the week. So when I went to the restroom while she was being settled, my scarf was like slipping off. So I look in the mirror and I see like this is all gone. I have like no hair. It's like my skin. I said, oh my God, I
Oh,
pulled the
wow.
scarf back and most of my hair here was all gone.
And it was just like all of a sudden you just didn't have you didn't even know this. This
No,
this
I
was
didn't
not
even
something
know.
you were covering up. You had no
Mhm.
idea your hair was gone.
It was gone. And so it's kind of like I was thinking of shaving my head anyway because my mother was going through chemo and she lost all her hair. So when
Mm-hmm.
I got home, I got her settled, I said, you know what, let me just shave my head. I shaved it and I have to deal with why my hair is gone in the process, but I had to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
When I got a moment to breathe, even with that shaved head, a little bit of it grew back, but my hair never really grew back. I
Mm-hmm.
went to five different doctors, endocrinologist, a primary care physician, um, a dermatologist, and two other doctors I can't quite recall at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I got five different answers as to why my hair was gone. Female pattern baldness, a whole bunch of other things. But I did
Wow.
come to the conclusion through another doctor that I had alopecia. Oh my God, where did that come from? Well,
Mm-hmm.
obviously it came from the stress of,
The
the
stress.
heartbreak of
Right.
losing my mom. There was no recourse. She was not going to come back. I didn't have the natural health um, knowledge that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sure, as advanced as her cancer was, that it might have extended her life a bit, but I don't think it would have saved her. I didn't know anything at the time. So that stress from losing my mom and the heartbreak, it really gave me alopecia. That was a decade ago. I created Elissa Gabrielle Naturals, found all of these different oils and did a lot of research and found a way to grow my hair back. But I still have bouts where it does fall out in the crown and I have to regrow it and things, but it's under control. But
Mm-hmm.
stress will do that to you.
Stress
Stress will
does a
kill
lot.
you.
People don't realize that you think
Yes,
that you have everything under control, but
right.
for some reason, your body still knows that you're under a great deal of stress, and it
Absolutely.
manifests itself in something such as alopecia
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
other uneasy type of symptoms.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so in the natural health world, we say that suppression leads to dis-ease
Mm-hmm.
and expression leads to healing. So I was trying
Wow.
to suppress to be strong for my mom and my family. It was causing so much dis-ease in my body. It was the first time I'd ever seen a cardiologist. And this was
Mm-hmm.
in my 30s. I was in my 30s when I was going
Wow.
through this.
Seeing a
Yeah.
cardiologist. Mm.
Seeing a cardiologist for the first time. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, with all of this going on with you, your mom, that was stress. Now it was affecting you physically, internally, externally. What
Yeah.
did you decide to do that helped to remedy this? And shouts out to that fifth doctor that kind of let you know, but they didn't
Right.
seem to be too hopeful that this would
Right.
be remedied, did they?
No, no, not at all. They wanted to give me, I think, steroid injections like all through my scalp and that would suppress
Mm-hmm.
the inflammation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the steroid
Ooh,
injections.
inflammation is the devil, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah, yeah, it is. So what I did was I took that opportunity to have a really a come to Jesus moment. And I said, well, there has to be other ways besides going on medication for my heart going on medication for my scalp. And that was the first time I ever had, the first and only time I ever had high blood pressure. So, so
Mm-hmm.
many doctors coming at me with all these medications to suppress issues. And I said, well, it has to be something beyond this. I
Mm-hmm.
see what medication is doing to my mom. It was just a horrible experience. I didn't want to go down that road. So what did I do? I started to research natural remedies for my scalp. I knew nothing was wrong with my heart. Every test was normal. Why is my blood pressure high? I never had high blood pressure in my life. So that took me down the natural health path and the natural health road. Um, that led me to psychology and the mind, body, spirit approach to health and healing and health and wellness. So after my mom passed, a few years after that, um, I decided to go get my master's degree in psychology, but also go get my ND in naturopathy and got some certifications in between because if my mother's being offered all these drugs and the doctors aren't even talking to each other about her health,
Right.
wellness. They're not even connecting the dots about her care. And all you're offering me is this. There has to be another side to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that put me on the journey to seeking natural health remedies. And you don't give up one for the other, but it's about information and it's about knowledge and what can supplements and natural health and sunshine and air and water and all those things God gives us, how can we use that better in conjunction with? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So with the natural stuff that you came up with, how did you figure out what to put together? So because with that gorgeous mane of yours, it doesn't look slick,
Hey.
greasy, okay?
Right.
Because I know that
Right.
sometimes people put oils and more oils, and that's
Mhm.
that's not it. But
Right.
you have something that really just helped your mane to not just grow back in, but be
Yeah.
so healthy and full and vibrant. How
Yeah.
did you figure out what to do with that with your ND degree?
Yeah. Well, that actually happened before the ND happened.
I
I just
remember
started,
that. I recall
yeah.
when you said, I was like, you're a what? You did.
Right.
I
I
enrolled,
just
you
kind of
said.
did it quietly, right? But so I started researching. I went to different blogs on natural health and natural healing and alopecia, but specifically for Black women.
Mm,
And I looked up what can I do for my scalp to get my hair to grow to see. And it was just a lot of Google searches, a lot of online searches, and putting
mm-hmm.
things together. So I started with like castor oil,
Okay.
hexane-free castor oil. Then I went to Jamaican black castor oil. And
Okay.
then the dermatologist said, that's not going to grow your hair. Well, it did.
It did.
And then I went to some of the other oils like lavender and rosemary and coconut and pumpkin seed oil, right?
Pumpkin seed oil,
It's
right.
so essential
You,
to growing your hair.
I have to say, I remember when I was having this issue with my hair, and I said, I don't understand what's going on. And immediately you was like, tell me about your water. And I
Right.
said, really?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
water? And you
Yeah.
said, yeah, is it harsh? Does it has a lot of calcium? I said, it has a lot of chlorine.
Yeah.
Because I could smell it. I had relocated from one state to another, and the second state I was in, there's a lot of chlorine in the water. And you said, well, basically, if it's a lot, can you smell it? I said, you can smell it, you can taste it.
Mm.
You said it's like you're shampooing your hair in pool water.
Mm. Yeah.
And my hair was breaking off. I was hot. Because I had taken so long to, you remember how it was? It was all curly and wavy and stuff.
Beautiful. Yes.
You sent me some of your essential oil. First of all, not only did they smell so good, I wanted to eat them because they
Yeah.
just smelled so good.
Right.
But it grew
Right.
my hair.
Yes.
It really grew
Yes.
my hair because I didn't used to have edges. Like this was gone. And
Yes.
it brought my hair back. You guys, let me take an opportunity right now to do a little commercial for my friend.
You
In
know
the
what? I gotta send
description
you
box,
some more.
her link is going to be there for her hair care products,
Yeah.
also her books. We're going to put everything, how you can get in touch with her based on what she's sharing with us today. If you want to contact Dr. Elissa Gabrielle Peterson, all of her information, I promise you, is going to be in there. And guess what? Just for my audience, you're going to use a special code that we're going to put there. And I have to say, in the event that you make a purchase, I might make a little small commission. I'm
Yes.
cool with hair care products for real, but I
Yes.
just wanted you to know that we're going to do that for you so that you can get a special discount for her hair care product to
Yes.
help you. Now, it's not just for women with alopecia. This is just to have a good, healthy, vibrant scalp, which
Yeah.
will produce a beautiful head of hair. I'm going to make a
Amen.
disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, but she is. So she knows what works and what has
Right.
worked because you've had plenty of testimonials
Oh
from
yeah.
people. And guys, listen, this isn't snake oil, this is for real. So
No.
make sure
Mhm.
that you check out the description box so that you can get your special discount with me for Dr. Elisa's hair care products. And tell us your
Yes.
product name one more time.
Elissa Gabrielle Naturals.
There you go. Better
Yeah.
said from her than me. Dr. Elisa, I want to ask you, I know we could
Yeah.
talk forever, but
Yes,
I
of
want
course.
to ask you if this particular episode for the Wisdom to Win podcast was a master class, what kind of master class would it be? What would you call it?
Oh, it would be a master class on getting out of your own way, and it would be called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway.
Wow.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it
Yes.
anyway. And
Yeah.
how would you tell someone to do that? Because that could be very transformative for someone.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, in order to evolve and to grow in life, we have to do moments of shadow work and introspection. And we
Hmm.
have to take a deep dive into ourselves and have an honest conversation with ourselves about what's holding us back. And most of the time, it's fear.
Most
It
of the
could be
time it's fear.
fear
Yeah.
of what other people may think or say. It could be fear of success, fear of failure, um, just being scared to live outside your comfort zone.
Or to even be judged by
Be
others, because
judged.
sometimes when you
Mhm.
share what it is that you want to do or contemplate doing, other
Yeah,
people can put you into a tizzy and give you
yes,
reasons to be afraid that didn't even exist, that really are just
yeah.
expectations appearing real, but they're false.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's exactly what fear is, false evidence appearing real, right? And
Exactly.
then when you hear from other people, sometimes people don't want you to live outside the box that they put you in as well. And
Oh,
so yeah,
now you
or
said a
they're
word right
projecting
there.
their own insecurities or their own fears onto you.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
to be able to feel all of those fears and to do it anyway takes a lot of courage. But let me tell you something about life. We we either get better or we get worse, but we don't stay
Mhm.
the same. So because we don't stay the same and we're always evolving, you want to do that for the better. We only get this go around one time. You have to overcome your fears. Uh,
Mhm.
Growth doesn't happen in our comfort zones. Death happens in our comfort zones. So it's really important. Yeah, it's the truth. It's really important to um, get out of your own way to allow your life to amaze you.
Well, wow. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch this episode over again myself. So listen, you guys, please make sure that you hit like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and let Dr. Elisa know what you got out of what she had to say because she shared a
Amen.
whole vibration right there, okay, on the
Yeah.
upper level. Dr.
Yes.
E, thank you so very much for
Thank
being my
you.
guest on the Wisdom to Win podcast. And like I said, we're going to have everything in the description box for you. I didn't even have to ask her for some wisdom words. She dropped it. The mic is off. And so am I.
Amen.
I'm out of here. Thank you so much for being with us on Whisper
Yes.
Win episode with Dr. Elissa. And hey, I love you to life and on purpose. And I'll see you on the next episode. And let's win together. Bye for now.
Amen.
Yo.